Okay, welcome everyone. We're back. Now it's time to play some more Constructed. And today it's going to be Legacy. And the deck I've brought today is Legacy Dredge. So first of all, we have a bunch of cards with the keyword Dredge on it. We want those cards in our graveyards. We want to mill towards, hail for doing so. So how do we get those cards in our graveyard? 4 copies of Careful Study. Good old draw 2, discard 2. 4 copies of Faithless Looting, same thing, but with flashback. Single copy of Breakthrough, single copy of Pruchid Imp. We can also Cabal Therapy ourselves in a pinch, or discard our whole hand to Lionside Diamond. Lionside Diamond is particularly explosive with Faithless Looting and Ox of Agonas, where you can kind of plow through your deck. The upside for plowing through your deck is hitting Narcomoebas, free 1/1s. It's hitting Icarids for the following upkeep, free 3/1s. It's hitting Puckswalkers, which will come back if you cast a flashback card, free 3/1. And when you sacrifice Cabal Therapies that you're like pretty guaranteed to hit at some point, if you're sacrificing like actual creatures like Narcomoeba, Icarid, etc., you get zombie tokens from Bridge from Below. And those zombie tokens can kind of overwhelm the opponent, and that's kind of the point of the deck. I still play 1 copy of Dread Return. No actual, big combo piece with it, but it's just so strong with Puckswalkers and Bridge from Below that the first copy is just going to be great in most situations. The mana base is 11 Rainbow Lands, which is pretty awesome. And then it's, in my opinion, the best card in the deck, Cephalid Colosseum, which is basically an uncounterable Dredge like 20 or something along those lines. Oh, maybe not 20. That's too much. But anyway, it's plus 15, depending on which combination of dredgers you have. So just imagine the best hands that's usually like turn 1, Rainbow Land, play Careful Study, Faithless Looting, bin some dredgers, Natural Dredge on next draw step, and then you have Cephalid Colosseum as your second land drop, and things can really go bonkers. I guess your best draws include Lionside Diamond and Faithless Looting, and you can kind of plow through your deck on turn 1, but it's another avenue to do something broken. Dredge is good against matchups where they are trying to win the fair way. It's not very good against like show and tell type decks. Probably can struggle against something like Doomsday as well. So basically, spell combo is kind of rough. We're looking to play against like blue decks all day. But the thing is, even in those matchups, timely, let's say Force of Will, your Careful Study, Wasteland, your Gemstone Mine, or whatever, like that can get you. So this deck is trying to thread the needle, I would say. It's usually a great game 1 deck because the opponents, what do I know, Lightning Bolt, Orcish Bowmasters, like normal cards aren't going to be very, very effective. So that's why I like the deck in general, because it's such a good game 1 deck. After sideboard, we need to address a lot of issues. We have Leyline for mirror type situations, Stern Dismissal for mainly Leyline. We have Firestorm for, bunch of creatures. It's just like 1 mana, discard a bunch of, graveyard stuff, kill their whole board. We have a Hogak. I like Hogak in matchups where I'm likely to, let's say, get surgical like once, and the opponent doesn't have exile removal, so like within the Grixis colors. I just like Hogak as a hard to kill creature. Shenanigans can kill stuff like Leyline, Cage, etc. And then I have 3 copies of Portable Hole, which can do a lot of what we just talked about, but it's also a good removal spell for Doughty Voidwalker. Shout out to Mental Missteps, Stefan Schutz, for doing a lot of work on this deck. I was inspired and shot him a message, picked his brain a little bit, and then I did my own tweaks. He's been doing well with the deck. He's a world-class player, so definitely check him out. Yeah, I think it's time for some games. Let's see how this Dredge deck can fare if we mulligan to Oblivion, fall flat, or we demolish the opposition. Don't go anywhere. Okay, here we are for round 1. I won the die roll. This hand looks decent. I have turn 1 Careful Study, turn 2 Breakthrough. Playing against Kai Sawatari. Awesome Magic streamer, probably streaming right now. He usually likes Doomsday or Elves, but when you're making content, you usually play a lot of different decks, so I'm not gonna assume anything. Let's cast the Careful Study. I can now discard Golgari Grave Troll for sure. And then aside from that, I wonder what I should discard. Which card do I want in my yard? Do I want Therapy? Maybe not. Maybe I want to hardcast that Therapy. So let's see. I think I should... Yeah, discarding Poxwalker seems just fine. Now let's see what he's on, if he's on any fair or unfair strategy. Blue-white. That it? That? Okay, discard Arms Chant. Okay. Okay, so the opponent's most likely Breakfast. Let's see. I do hit one Dredger, which isn't insane. I feel like I should maybe Therapy my opponent's... It seems like if they had Force Will, they would have done it already. So maybe I just name the Cephalid. Cephalid Illusionist. Let's see. My opponent does not have any of those. They do have Daze, which is extremely annoying. Question is, do I want my Breakthrough to get Dazed? The thing about that is, it's kind of making my opponent slower as well, and I have Cephalid Colosseum for next turn, yeah. I'm gonna do it here. Cast Breakthrough, get Dazed, and then the opponent plays out the land again, and then next turn I can try and go off a little bit. I think the opponent will go tap land here because, nope, they'll not go tap land. They'll play the Shuko. Okay, fair enough. Land Shuko it is. I think what I'm supposed to do here is upkeep, activate Colosseum. Let's see if that works. I kind of want to hit another Dredger. I did. Okay, that's sick. Okay, so discard Troll. Let's see, how many Dredgers do we have? I'm sure it's fine. Discard Poxwalkers, discard Bridge from Below, get the Narcomoeba into play, draw step, dredge the Troll, hit another Amoeba. So now I can Therapy my opponent. I will name the Step Through, I believe. Not entirely sure about that. Let's see. Daze is gone, C is gone, Shuko's gone. I can double Therapy this turn. I can name Pondar with the first. I think that's reasonable. Maybe not. What if the opponent already drew the Illusionist? I'm gonna name Step Through here. Yeah, that's exactly the reason. So name that, and then name Illusionist with the second one. So let's see. Name Cephalid Illusionist. Worth noting is the Poxwalker comes right back. Cephalid Illusionist. Oh, I guess I shouldn't have. Okay, so STP. I'm sure it'll be fine. So now let's see. Can I direct return anything cool? I don't think so, because I ended up with the Grave Troll in hand and not much else. I think it's kind of free to go direct return, sack, sack, sack. Get those two back, get 3 more zombies, and then I pass the turn. So how much damage is this? I believe this is lethal with Icarid in the yard. This is 10, 16, 18. Yeah, it's exactly lethal. I think I deal 21 here. My opponent has to plow me here to survive. And I don't think Well, I mean, it could be possible if they found Tundra, I guess. Breakfast. Breakfast is an annoying deck. Let's see. Icarid. Stretching into more therapy. Okay. Now I wish I remembered the hand aside from the plow. Let's see. Poxwalkers gets plowed. I think. Okay, Icarid gets plowed. I think my opponent's at 1 here. So let's see. They just pondered and found the land, but they also had a draw step. Huh. I feel like if they saw the combo piece on the ponder, they wouldn't leave it in hand. Like, there's just no way. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to actually name Brainstorm. Yeah. Nothing. 3 lootings in the yard. Pass. The opponent has to, have found it already. Guess I didn't pay too much attention. Okay, they shuffled on the ponder. So yeah, I mean, it's possible to find it. They have cantrips. They have illusionist. Okay, they don't find it. Fair enough. I was able to put a lot of pressure on the opponent there. So let's see. Against that deck, which graveyard hit are they running? I think they're running like soft graveyard hit, like surgical, etc. I kind of want to go leyline here. So you can kind of always trim these cards. That's not insane or anything. Then I think trimming a Poxwalkers is fine. It's either that or an Icarid. I'm not sure which, actually. Which is best, Icarid or Poxwalkers? I don't know. Could be Poxwalkers. Let's try the newer card out. Yeah, let's see. The thing is, that deck has to Teferi in the 75 most likely, but Teferi is not the best against Dredge, like on paper. So, yeah, I'm basically trying to catch my opponent off guard here with the ley line and then trying to scrape a win. But it's tough because I still need, I still need my own stuff to win the game. So trying to be the control deck with the lack of a better word is not ideal. Okay. So if I keep this hand, it's because I'm looking to put Golgari Grave Troll into my graveyard turn 1. This hand can basically only beat my opponent not doing a whole lot. And I'm not sure if that's the approach you want to be taking against a potential turn 2 kill. Let's mulligan that. Yeah, this is definitely not great, but it has great potential. Okay, I'll keep this. Bottom the, I guess, Narcomoeba. Doesn't do anything. No leyline, no fast stuff. It's very possible I should have gone to 5, but I have a lot of cards here that can like explode. Yeah, Leyline of the Void, not my favorite draw. The opponent leads on Saga, so I'm gonna name Illusionist here. Okay, they're not gonna let me name Illusionist. That's fair. So something I maybe should have thought about there was play out Landside Diamond first. I could have played out Landside Diamond, and I mean, there's some world with the opponent counters me. But let's see, can I actually win this game? Unless I can win this game, I don't think it makes any sense to show like ley lines, etc. But yeah, Careful Study was an insane draw in a vacuum, but it's not a very insane draw in the face of a kill next turn. So I can make some huge Hail Mary play, like play land, play Lionside Diamond, cast Careful Study. No, that doesn't work, because I'm discarding my whole hand. I was about to say I could float mana and go like Black Lotus with Lion's Eye and find a ley line, but that doesn't work. Okay, let's go to game 3. This is a super tough matchup. The only good thing is the opponent didn't see leyline yet, so that could do it to him. Let's see. Revisit this plan. I'm boarding in 4 ley lines because if I have it in my opener alongside a functional hand, I'm kind of in great shape, so that's what I'm aiming for. Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, Dredge is it's tough to play Dredge when if you face decks that can kind of just end the game out of nowhere. Like no matter if I have 10 power in play and they can just win on top of that. That's like the bad matchups. Okay, 1-1. We're on the play for game 3. I think this is what this deck, like on average, that's what's going to happen, right? Because your favorite game 1, because your deck is so focused, and the opponent's deck is maybe full of some reactive cards. This is a great hand. Then they adjust for game 2 and know what's important. They're on the play, and then I'm on the play for game 3. Like, I think this is like the bread and butter of how to do well with this deck. So let's put a ley line into play here. Feel like I want to go City of Brass, Careful Study, and then have the Colosseum as a nasty surprise. Let's see. Force of Willing here on the Careful Study would buy a lot of time for my opponent. Then I might have to go into like Therapy Myself territory, which is, I mean, that's fine. Not the end of the world. Looks like Kai is debating what to pitch. So the cool thing about this is I'm kind of kickstarting my own plan, but I have a ley line in play. And for the opponent to beat my plan, I think they have to combo. I remember some previous versions had like Stoneforge or like Culture Complete, stuff like that. Cabal Therapy. Let's play around days. Let's Therapy Myself. Naming Golgari Grave Troll. Okay. The opponent might... I hope this is a Brainstorm in response. This is a Flusterstorm. Okay, that's sick. So the opponent is doing what... They kind of realized that if I get to do my thing, they're losing because they can't like win on the spot because of leyline. So they're trying to slow me down and get into let's call it a multiple time walk situation where I just have to pass and try and get to 7 cards. I'm gonna try once more. Ball Therapy. Let's see if 3rd time's the charm. If this gets countered, the opponent kind of got what they wanted. Okay. That got countered. So the kind of cool thing is I'm at 2 lands, which makes it so that Narcomoebas and Golgari Thugs are good draws, because then I play those, I can flashback Cabal Therapy, target myself. Okay. I mean, yeah, Urza Saga is great in this situation. It's cool. I draw a City of Brass that doesn't do anything. Do I play it out? I think I play it out, which is kind of sad because if I then get my 4th land from the top of the deck, I can then hardcast Icarid, flashback therapy. There's a Narcomoeba, so let's take 2 damage. Narcomoeba. Cabal Therapy, name Golgari Grave Troll, and then, I mean, if my opponent has some kind of graveyard hate out of the Saga, I think I'm just toast. Golgari Grave Troll. Grave Troll hits the bin. Opponent starts making some creatures, so I can beat the creatures with my plan, most likely. But what will come out of the Saga? I actually don't know. Like, okay. Yeah, that'll do it. I couldn't remember if that deck played Yard Hate, but it makes a lot of sense with Ursa Saga in the deck. Yeah, that's sometimes that's just what happens. We presented 3 ways to discard. So I think that's like what we can. That's what we can ask for, basically. Okay, we got destroyed by breakfast. Typical catch them off guard game 1, get comboed game 2, and then the 3rd game. Yeah, I liked our chances. Beginning with Leyline in play, casting 3 discard outlets. Sometimes the opponent has 3 counters and some bad creatures to finish the job. Yeah, that's just how the cookie crumbles. All right, that'll do it for match 1. See you in the next one. Okay, we're ready for round 2. We have 6 rainbow lands in a careful study. I will mulligan this. Ugh. So what does this hand do? This hand Cabal therapies myself for Troll, and then I start slow dredging. I'm gonna press the mulligan button once more, and now... Ooh, this is tough. This is a tough job at the office. Tough day at the office. Okay, we multi-4, we have a shot. So I think I'm supposed to keep land. Yeah, I think I like this, because, first of all, if I get to resolve turn 1 looting, and then turn 2 study, I kind of explode a lot. And if I get forced turn 1, and then I still have 1 more. So basically, I'm playing around. Wow, did I just get punished? I'm playing around Force of Will rather than Wasteland. Wow, this is actually, like, look, definitely Coliseum. Great draw. What is this? Oh, Caracas? Chrome Mox? Okay, I'm scared now. Deep Gnome Terramancer. Flash. Huh. Yeah, let's stretch. I wonder. I think I'm supposed to go looting. Yeah, let's go Faithless Looting. Discard. Discard, play land, then I'll break through, I believe. I think that's just better. I only have 1 dredger, so if I don't hit a dredger on this 6, it can get kind of tricky. Okay. Oh, okay, I just hit the nuts here. I can basically dredge, I don't know, almost my whole deck. 1, 2, 3, 4. I get 2 Meebas. Now I have to guess what's in my opponent's hand, I guess. How many therapies do I have? I do have 2 therapies, so let's go Cabal Therapy, sack Narcomoeba, get back a Poxwalkers and 3 tokens. Oh my god. This was a multi-4 that just basically went off. Like, I went almost 40 cards into my deck, and I still had Cephalid Colosseum, meaning I could have plowed through my whole deck turn 3. Pretty nice mold of 4. So what is this? Let's read this. Deep Gnome Terramancer. Q2 Flash. Whenever one or more lands enters the battlefield under opponent control without being played. Search your library for planes without being played. Is that something about like Path to Exiling or Ghost Quartering or something? Really not sure about that. Let's bring in the portable holes, like in the dark, basically, because could be some nasty surprises there. Okay, let's do that. Maybe I want the shenanigans as well. What did I cut last time? Let me just cut Icarit. Okay, yeah, that's just like mold 4 and completely destroy the opponent on turn 2. That's very, very nasty. Yeah, this hand is terrible. I can't keep it. A good thing about this deck that I forgot to mention is on the draw, keeping 7 cards mean you can go to cleanup right away. That can do a lot of work in some matchups. But obviously, the mulligan makes that impossible. So let's see. I have a Putrid Imp I can play turn 1. That's like my discard outlet. Then I have some Dredgers. I think I want this Poxwalkers, and I want to keep the Shenanigans, so that means I get rid of... But what if my opponent, let's say... Yeah, let's get rid of the Poxwalkers, because if they have some kind of one-shot Format Script-ish effect, I think I like this. But I'm also kind of scared, like, this is a Pedal Chrome Mox deck that I haven't seen before. Cavern of Souls on Archon. Not sure I like this. This could be very bad. So the opponent's going to go turn 1 Archon of Emeria. Okay. If I play a tapped land, I can only play 1 spell each turn. That I can live with. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Okay. So I guess I'm just playing against Red-White Initiative. Problem is I can't remember if they play Leyline of the Void. I'm going to play Putrid Imp. Then I'm going to play Cephalid Colosseum. Because then next turn I can get to Threshold pretty easily, I would say. But yeah, I might get aggroed out here. There's Leyline of the Void, which is very, very good to know about. Chalice for 1. So funnily enough, that doesn't do anything at this stage. And the last card was not Fairy Macabre. That's huge. Okay. So my opponent can attack for 4. I'm going to take the damage. Then I'm going to discard the Troll here, give my Putrid Imp flying. Let's see what's going on. Okay, I hit a lot of stuff. The therapies will get countered, but they still work if I have Bridge from below, which is kind of cool. So now I'll need to discard a couple of cards. I don't think that's a problem. Go to 7 cards. Then I will Cephalid Colosseum, Dredge 6, Dredge 6, Dredge 4. There's one more Narcomoeba. Discard, discard, discard. I found some Poxwalkers. It's kind of cool. So let's... which one do I want? I mean, these 3 Narcomoebas actually trade well for Archon. How many bridges did I hit? I hit 2 bridges. That's cool. So I attack for 2, and then I sacrifice the Putrid Imp. I only play 1 spell. That's fine. I'm going to get back Poxwalkers. It's going to get countered. I'm fine with that. Double zombie. And then pass. I saw at least one Icarid. So one Icarid will get back next turn, and I can therapy once more. Yeah, the opponent couldn't do anything here because now they're not getting through any damage. They didn't find an initiative creature, especially like Seasoned Engineer. And from here, I get back Icarid, I dredge a bunch. If I hit more Poxwalkers or Bridges, it's just completely insane. I can therapy before combat because, remember, if my opponent like blocks with a creature and it dies, my Bridges are gone, so I kind of need to get my value first. And yeah, from there, I have, I don't know, like 20 power or something on the table, and I can easily win in a couple of swings. Oof, okay. We really like showcased the power of the deck game one, mulliganing to 4 and just going absolutely nuts. And I was super lucky I dodged the Leyline game two because I didn't sideboard for it. I sideboarded for something like Containment Priest, not even Chalice, like, what do I know? Relic, Soul Guide, Lantern, stuff like that. But I didn't sideboard for Leyline, and yeah, they didn't have it. So that's kind of the strength of the deck, in my opinion. It's you put a lot of pressure on the opponent to find the right cards. And let's just say game one, you keep a hand, your card doesn't line up because Dredge attacks on such a unique angle. Then game two, you kind of need to have some interaction, and if you can't come up with it, it's just over. Like that's the biggest thing about Dredge is it puts fear in the opponent, and if they over mulligan, it can be bad, and if they don't find anything, it's bad. So there are kind of two bad scenarios for the opponent there. Anyway, that'll do it for match 2. Let's get one more match in before we wrap up the video. Don't go anywhere. Okay, here we are for round 3. Let's see what this hand can do. Not a whole lot, I'm afraid. Let's see. If I go turn 1, nothing, then I go... No, maybe I play the Lionside Diamond out. Turn 1. And then... Let's see, how many cards... Next turn I draw. Need my Colosseum in play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the card I draw. Okay, I keep this, but if this Lionside gets forced, I'm kind of screwed. I keep this because if I play Lionside Diamond, I'll next turn have 6 cards to discard, then play Colosseum and kind of plow through the deck, and that's the only... But I think that's fine. So now I get screwed if I get stifled. But the short list, it's like... The list is super short. I guess discard spell would be annoying. That would delay me a turn. No, it wasn't. No, it wouldn't. Discard spell doesn't work. I even don't care about Chalice. I care about Blood Moon. Okay, yeah. Something bad might happen here. Harbinger. Okay, so Chalice for 1 out of Merfolk. What is going on here? Chalice for 1, that can be annoying, but maybe it's fine. Triple blue from the Lionside. Activate Colosseum. Dredge. Nice. Dredge. Dredge. 1, 2, 3. So pretty disappointing with no Narcomoebas. So usually you hit 1 Narcomoeba on a play like this, and if I do that, have Cabal Therapy bringing back triple Poxwalkers, and it's just trivial to win from there. Now I'm gonna kind of have to do it the hard way, which is get back Icarid on next turn and then start doing it. Which is, yeah, it's pretty unlucky, but it's part of the... It's definitely part of the deck. Okay, turn 1 Mirror Regery. Triple Icarid is kind of funny. So maybe if I go like that, I feel like I can easily bring back 2. I think now I don't think I bring back this one because I only have like a couple of dredgers. So let's not do that. Let's dredge 6. I find some sicko cards here. Okay. Yeah, now the opponent's in trouble. Because triple Poxwalkers, double zombie. That gets countered. We know all about that. The reason why I don't go into combat is then the bridge is removed. I'm not sure if I want that. Let's see. Now we can just go stretch return. I don't even have a good creature out there. I would need to just dread return solely for... Yeah, let's just dread return, get these guys right back, get a lot of zombies. Now I'm just building infinite power. So my opponent needs to have some kind of Merfolk deck that can win on the spot to kill me here. Like some kind of combo I haven't considered. Dread return on Putrid Imp. Not very impressive, but it does come with a crap ton of power, so I'll take it. Let's see if the Putrid Imp is back. Yeah, okay. The opponent's seen enough. So this play was kind of cool. I go turn 1 LED, which is not like an intuitive card to force. And then my way to like explode is a land, which is very hard to interact with. Doesn't care about Chalice. Doesn't care about Counterspell. Doesn't care about Wasteland because I slow rolled it. That was actually pretty cool. Huh, so those kind of decks usually play Leyline, like City of Traders, Stompy type decks. Let's see. I think I also want the shenanigans. Let's see. Shenanigans and those for the usual trims. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Maybe Hogag is good against that deck, actually. But I don't know what I want to cut for it. Maybe a card like Putrid Imp isn't that great on the draw against the Chalice. Against the Chalice of the Void matchup. I think I kind of need a critical mass. Yeah, it's tough. I can see having the Hogag on the draw, Putrid Imp on the play, but I think this will be fine. So Leyline plus Chalice for 1 is a very nasty luck, I would say. Okay, the opponent all against a 6. I'm going to keep this hand, and that's how you should play Dredge, in my opinion. So if the opponent has Leyline on the Void, that's just what it is. Like, if this deck is not, consistent enough, you can just spam the mulligan button and expect to find, like, answer for Leyline and good stuff to do. The bad thing is the opponent just got utterly destroyed, so they're very unlikely to keep a hand without Chalice or Leyline, and I'm very bad against both. The dream is the opponent keeps a Force of Will hand, forces the first enabler, and then gets crushed by the next one. Let's see. Okay, at least my opponent playing out the Chrome Mox makes me a bit more... Huh, okay. So maybe this is winnable. Let's see. I think playing Gemstone Mine is going to be fine. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go Careful Study in case I get Force of Negated. I want this exiled and not the looting because I have Flashback. Ooh, I love it. So I got caught by Hull Breacher turn 1, which is less than ideal. I still get to bin my 2 Dredgers. And now I think it has a lot to do with what the opponent can do here. Let's see what they can do with that extra mana. Mana source number 6. Here's a Chalice. Okay, so I guess I'm back to the Colosseum, which is like not a bad place to be honest. So yeah, the opponent imprinted Tidebinder turn 1. Let's hope they don't have another. Also, yeah, I kind of have to get lucky here. Oh, they have Tidebinder? That's awesome. Like, that's the dream. You Hull Breacher the first enabler, you Tidebinder my Colosseum, and you shut me down with Chalice of the Void. Oof. Baby, that's brutal. So now I'm gonna take 6 damage. Hopefully my opponent draws a brick. I don't think I can, in any world, beat more stuff. Oh yeah, I lost my land. Ah, got it. I for some reason thought I could flashback looting this turn, but that doesn't even work because of Chalice for 1. So for multiple reasons, I should be dead here. So let's see. 1 bridge from below. So I guess I play out Imp. No, not Imp, Thug. So let's see. 1 bridge with a therapy. So I should probably get my 2/2 here. And what do I put on top of my deck? Do I have anything cool? I don't think so. Doesn't make any sense, right? Oh, I have to do it? Huh, okay, that's kind of bad. So I get my 2/2. I'm not even sure I was supposed to do that. Maybe it's okay. Yeah, so how do I win this game? Can I realistically slow dredge my way out of this game? This will remove the bridge, which kind of sucks, but I get rid of a hull breacher, so it's not that bad. I think maybe I wasn't supposed to therapy there. I think I was supposed to like dredge into more bridges and win that way. Let's see, next turn. I mean, I have to get extremely lucky. I'm dredging 4 next turn. And I have to hit, I don't know, like multiple Narcomoebas, stuff along those lines. Like I need to hit very good cards. There's 1 Narcomoeba, no bridge though, which is kind of sad. I think I take the damage down to 1, to be honest. Okay, that's not going to be realistic now. Have to block. Lord of Atlantis, that's cool. So now I think I'm supposed to bring back the Icarid and dredge 5. Have to get kind of lucky here. Come on, baby. Oh. No, I thought it was a stinkweed imp. Okay, fair enough. We got destroyed there. For some reason, I read just imp, and I was like, oh, that's dredge 5. Let's go. Let's see what we could hit. Okay, fair enough. We got crushed on a lot of angles. Ooh, this is brutal because I didn't see Leyline. And these cards are quite bad if they don't have Leyline. Very tough decision on whether to, play my main deck and have more consistency or hedge for the frickin' Leyline. I'll hedge for the Leyline. So tough. All right, game 3. We have a cool hand regardless of Leyline or not. Put it on a mulligan. I imagine like on the draw against Dredge, I think keeping anything that is not Force of Will, Leyline, or some really good like Tidebinder draw. I think that's tough. Okay, so here I'm gonna go turn 1 looting because with Mana Confluence and Cephalid Colosseum, I can like play 2 like study looting, but I couldn't play looting. Okay, so I'm gonna discard let's discard Stern and Narcomoeba. So I have no Dredger, which is very good news for the opponent, and I'm super terrible against turn 1 Chalice for 1. That is not like it's not obvious for the opponent that I'm weak against that, so hopefully they didn't prioritize it in their hand. Unlicensed hearse. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. Oof. Yeah, this is gonna be tough. I don't think that card is beatable. Blindside Diamond. Okay, the opponent actually gives me a shot here. Okay, so now I have to do everything in my power to kind of maximize this turn. Because if the opponent gets to hearse again, I'm in deep trouble. So I think I do that by casting Faithless Looting first. If I don't hit, then I go land, Careful Study, and then I have Flashback Looting even. Yeah, I mean, I think this is okay. There's a Dredger. Okay, let's go. Here's a Lineside Diamond. Here's a land. Here's a Careful Study. Okay, no second Dredger. That's kind of sad. I think I have to try and do my best here. Otherwise, I'm not beating the hearse. So what do we hit here? We hit Narc Amoeba, comes into play. I can now therapy my opponent and not get any... I think I'm supposed to do that. Not get any zombies to show for it. What am I hitting? What am I hitting here? I feel like I'm taking the Tidebinder. Shana's Tidebinder. Okay, never seen this card before. Legendary Merfolk. Okay. And the opponent even had a Chalice, so it's kind of cool. Yeah. How many Dredgers do I have? I have 1, 2. I have 2 Dredgers. I have a shot here, but it's not good. Oh, the Hull Breacher is kind of screwing me over here, right? Because if I activate Colosseum, the opponent exiles Troll and Imp, then I'm forced to, like, normal draw, and I can't, so... Chalice for 1. Yeah, I think the opponent plays Hull Breacher there. I can't win. Yeah. I think I'm supposed to respond to this. The opponent can get rid of 2 of my Dredgers, which would crush me, to be honest. Huh. Yeah, super tough. No Dredgers. So now what I can do is I can exile an Icarid to the other, bring that back, natural draw, which is horrible in this situation. Then I can... No bridges, really? 0 bridges? Yeah, this is extremely unlucky. I don't think I can win this now. I had a great shot of winning the previous turn, but yeah, I didn't get there. I was a bad Dredger. So I just get a 3-1 here. Yeah, I think I needed like a few zombies to be in this game. Huh. So on 33 cards, I saw 2 Dredgers, 0 bridges. Huh. Yeah, I mean it's definitely possible. It's just, yeah, it's a shame. It's a situation that this deck will emerge victorious from oftentimes. And that's just what happens. I think it's very important to like take note of whether like did you like beating Chalice and unlicensed hearse. That's not nothing. So I think the important lesson is basically to not take a win as a win and a loss as a loss. Like, all of the circumstances do matter a lot, in my opinion. Like when you're weighing whether a deck is strong or not. Yeah, the opponent gets rid of some stuff. They have my top decks locked down. And at this point, I mean, all I can do is just attack with that card, I guess. The opponent can even just block, and that's the end of that, right? I need to draw 2 lands to be able to play a looting from the yard. Oh, okay, bouncing a tap creature. Yeah, that'll do it. Then the opponent can, like, crew and get in for a million. Okay, that'll do it. GG, great match. And yeah, that'll do it. I think I got to showcase, like, the upsides and the downsides pretty well of the deck. We managed to win from a mold of 4 without too much trouble. We managed to stretch like plus 30 cards of the deck and not find anything meaningful. Like, that's definitely ups and downs of the deck. And yeah, you have to be ready for that when you sign up with Dredge to a tournament. Chalice of the Void, Unlicensed Hearse. In general, the fact that this format right now revolves a lot around reanimate strategies, whether it's like super fast reanimate strategies, it's the middle ground of the blue-black, or whatever it is. Graveyard is on the opponent's radar here. The average opponent is not going to just show up with just like one lazy Nile Spellbob, and that's going to be it. So the high sideboarded games are going to be highly contested. And yeah, maybe this is not the time for Dredge. Who knows? I had a lot of fun playing it through some matches here. I hope you guys had fun as well. Thanks so much for watching, and see you next time.